see too. Human attitudes are very difficult to change, especially when they prevail over 30 years, a 30-year period. They will be very difficult to change overnight or in a short period of time. At least it may take 20 years. But to be quite honest with you, things have changed. And this consolation I have is the fact that a lot of youths are now changing attitude. They understand what my message is all about. So unfortunately, when we are talking about going back to the land, people who do not wish themselves well, most of this country, will go around and say, oh, he has no program for you. All he wants is to turn everybody into a fisherman, a carpenter, a farmer, as if that is taboo. What is more honorable than to sweat for your own living? I didn't say, go and be a farmer for me. But in any given country, even in the most advanced countries, there are those who are supposed to be farmers, there are those who are supposed to be herdsmen, those who are supposed to be fishermen, those who are supposed to be carpenters, those who are supposed to be tailors. Oh, what I'm saying, I'm not turning a tailor into a carpenter. Oh, what I'm saying is, in whatever area you can do something to contribute to national development and take care of yourself and your family, go and do it. And agriculture is the easiest way because anybody can be a farmer. And you realize that without going back to the land, there's no way you can ensure a healthy nation. Now, because if you don't, one will say, oh, you can always import. Yes. You import cheap food with a lot of diseases, and this is the problem we're facing today. Obesity has never been a problem in this country. Today it is a problem. Heart diseases were never a problem in this country. Today they are very rampant. Diabetics were unheard of. Today they are rampant. You can even, what is even alarming is that you can see young people suffering from high blood pressure. What future? I'm not discouraged, I'm not scaring anybody. What if a teenager is suffering from high blood pressure? What type of lifestyle do you think he's going to live? All this can only be attributed to what we eat because our environment is very clean. We are not an industrialized country where you can say it's a result of industrial pollution. Today, children are born with defects, organic defects that are very scary and unheard of in this country. You see such type of defects in industrialized countries, not in a country where you hardly see any industry that is emitting smoking. So what is wrong? Then something is wrong, and what is wrong is maybe in what we eat and what we drink. The water is very clean and pure, so it must be what we eat. So agriculture is very important. Yes, what we are seeing is very discouraging. It's painful when we realize that we spend money to modernize this infrastructure only to find foreigners there. But to find foreigners there is also better than just build them and let it be occupied by goats, because if nobody goes there, it becomes a habitat for goats and sheep and stray dogs. So, but I think Gambians would change attitude. In these 5 years that are coming, there will be no compromise. This lackadaisical attitude, this dependency syndrome will not be accepted, because we have to bring about the economic superpower. It's not going to fall from the sky. No matter how many times we pray to the Almighty Allah, Allah is not going to drop it from the sky. We have to work for it. He has to give us the means and the resources, which he has already given us. I'm not going into details about it. It's a question of changing attitude. This country can develop faster than we think we can develop if we change attitude.
Agriculture continues to be the backbone.
And it will always be the backbone.
Yes. Mr. President, I want to draw your attention to a pilot project you have at Wadena Beach. I think I was fortunate to try probably one or two of the produce there. Looking at the sand there, this is a sandy ground. What is that a pilot project? Turning the beach into arable land. Why did you do that? What were you trying to prove?
Well, first of all, you are wrong to call it a beach. It's partially a beach. It is sandy, yes, but it's not a beach. It's on the coast. Okay, turning a sandy beach into arable land. Because it was a dumping ground for granule cells. And so it has become very fertile. If granule cells were not dumped there, there was no way anybody can use that sand. But because it is very fertile, the only logical use of the land is agriculture. And that's why I'm using it for agricultural purposes. Also, another reason is, when you talk to Banjulian, they tell you don't have a farm. Now, the river, Banjul is an island. What best farm can you ask for other than have a river, an island surrounded by water full of fish? So I'm just saying that, and I also remember when we were in Form 1 Gambia High School, we used to buy sugarcane that used to be grown by Bambara somewhere, and of course also corn, maize. And I said, because it was grown in a salt, saline land area, it tasted better. So everybody, in fact, even the women that used to sell corn, used to say, pa Bambara, tan bila kolifin. So I'm just trying to prove a point that if you, wherever you live, if you have land, because most of the time, oh, it's beach, it's the beach, we cannot do anything. I want to prove a point that you can also use the beach for agriculture. Put the, where it is not fertile, you can find a way of making it fertile. Now, if GGC were not dumping granule cells there, and I can still turn it into a fertile agricultural land by putting cattle there. But now, let them not get me wrong. I'm not talking about the pristine beach, sandy beach, and the president is using that. I'm not using that part of the beach. Even the fencing, we allow that clean part of the beach outside of agricultural purpose. But even that sandy, clean beach, you can turn it